Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk a little bit about the news and try to give you a heads up on what's probably going to happen next year. Because some interesting statistics have come out, and it is probably going to shape a lot of what you see on the news over the next 12 months. Stats comparing 2020 to 2021 have come out. At CNN, viewership dropped weekday prime time 38%. At Fox News, 34%. At MSNBC, 25%. Broadcast news outlets, well, they did a little bit better with their flagship shows, but not by much. ABC is down 12%, NBC is down 14%, CBS is also down 12%. The New York Times and Washington Post, now, they used the month of November, which was a bad month to use because of the election last year. But the number of unique viewers dropped 34% at the Times and 44% at the Post. Even if you were to adjust for the election and the impact that has on viewers, it's still going to be a pretty big drop. But it's not really that bad. Okay, so what does that mean? It means they're going to have to find some way to get more eyes on the screen. That they have to get these numbers up, right? I mean, news outlets are businesses. They have to make money. So, what's their most likely solution? If they compare these numbers and they look at them, their options are follow the Wall Street Journal and look for increased viewership, readership overseas, or they have to duplicate what was going on in 2020. Give you something sensational to latch onto. Stories that they can milk and keep in the news cycle. That's what I've got my money on. I would be prepared for a lot of sensationalist content to start coming out. Because these numbers, they're not going to work for the people upstairs. Now, these are real statistics. This was put together by the AP. I have something anecdotal that I think should weigh into this conversation. Now, by anecdotal, I mean very small sample size, 6 people, including myself. On YouTube, when it comes to people on YouTube, channels on YouTube that have a subscriber base of more than 50,000 people who cover the news, their numbers all went up. They all went up over the last year. About 8 to 12%. I'm the exception there. I only went up 1.2 or something like that. Statistically insignificant, but also keep in mind that, in 2020, I was putting out 3 videos a day, whereas in 2021, I'm only putting out 2, and my numbers ran basically flat. It's also worth noting that all of these channels provide context. It might be that people got tired of the sensationalism and started looking elsewhere. That seems like a pretty safe guess. But again, anecdotal. So, you can expect to see a lot of sensationalist content start coming out over the media. They're going to find stories they can latch onto and try to keep people glued to their screen for weeks on end so they can get these numbers up. Now, the good news that comes out of all of this is that Americans are more comfortable in 2021 than they were in 2020. They feel more comfortable, safer under President Biden than they did under President Trump. Let's be honest. You watch the news because something scary happened. So there is that. The people of the United States are starting to feel more comfortable, and that can be either good or bad, depending on how they react. Whether they view that comfort as motivation to make things better, or they become complacent. That really determines whether or not that's good news or bad news at the end of the day. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.